Partner. Yeah, don't look at the camera, you break it.
You said I don't look good in real life?
You look good in real life, Tony.
Yeah, right. Don't lie.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
No, I know that. I do.
Your one feeling. Alright, here we go. We got an array of parts here. Head gaskets. Timing chain, cover gasket, intake gasket, valve covers, intake bolts, oil pan gasket. The heads are here. Harmonic balancer, timing chain cover, rocker arm, bolts, timing chain, stainless bolts, Earl pump, lifters, intermediate oil shaft, new pickup tube, intake cob, spare valve covers, push rods, and all this is going to go on that. So stick around, see how it goes. I'm going to stop checking for clearances from head to piston. I'm getting kind of worried because when I had those heads sent out, the guy milled off some material and he didn't quite let me know how much he milled off. We kind of left on not good terms, let's just say. He had my heads for almost a year, so. Alright, so we're going to check that. I have to clay it, I guess. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we got the head on with the head gasket. We snugged there just one bolt, center bolt. I didn't even torque, just snug it so it don't pop off the heads. And we rotated this motor one full revolution just to see if we had any binding issues or any hitting issues, just with the valves being closed and the dome coming up into the cylinder head. And it doesn't seem like it's obstructed in any shape, way, or form. Now we're going to come back. We're going to start dropping the lifters into their bores, push rods, and actually we have to, before that, we have to actually snug this head down to recommended torque specs and then do that. And then we're going to get all the top end done on it, spin it one revolution and see if we have any binding or hitting now that the valves will be opening and closing. If there's no binding there, I have to pull the head off, put clay in the cylinder, retorque everything, repeat the sequence. Now that I have clay in there, it would actually give me, it's going to give me a window of what I have for clearance between my valves and my piston head. And we'll mic it and see what we got. And hope to God that I don't have any issue and everything will go smoothly from there. But there's a lot of trepidation going right now because these heads were milled. And the guy would not give me what he took off the bottoms. He was being a sweetheart. He was being a sweetheart. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm going to stop pre-priming these. I'm going to fill this whole container up with oil. What I did is I just poured oil in the top of them. Hopefully I can get the air out of them. We'll get them closer to the heat. They were bubbling actually before, so the air was purging out of them. You see the oil's actually settling down into them. So we're going to fill up this container and submerge them and pre-prime them that way. Alright. Alright. First dry run, we just bolted the heads on. We just torqued the bolts to 20 pounds. We didn't bring them up to torque. We rotated the whole engine. We went 3 or 4 revolutions. Nothing hit. That's good. Now, we set the valve train in. I have my push rods. My lifters in. I have all my backlash set on my my rockers. Set everything up. So now, what's happening is you turn the motor over. Now you got valves that are opening and closing, right off the cam profile. And we're going to spin that around a couple of revolutions. We already done it, but I just want to show you guys that we have no hitting. You can't feel anything hitting. So next step would be, well, Joey will turn it over. The next step would be taking this all apart. And as you see, he's just turning. There's nothing hitting. So I just don't want to wash off the face of the cam, but we're going to have to put all kinds of break-in lube on that too. Alright, so we have no issues with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble all this top end, pull the heads off. We're going to put clay inside this cylinder, and we'll check it and see what's happening. And blow Mike and see what we got for clearance. If it looks good between the two cylinders, I'm just going to set it up and put it away and button it. So that's that. We have no hitting, so that's really good sign. And this is what I got going on right here. Even in there, I got them crossed. Can hardly walk, but I got them crossed. Alright guys, so I'll bring you back when we take it all apart, and we'll have clay inside the cylinders there, and I'll try to show you that step if I don't get too busy. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we dismantled everything. We're back to checking clearance between piston and valve. What I did is I took some clay and I molded it in, and we oiled it up a bit so it wouldn't stick to the valve. And I'm concentrating it on the valve relief here. We'll go over to this side, you can see a little bit better. You see where the intake really cuts down into it. That's what I want to see, the distance between this surface and the valve. Joey stepped out and got his verniers. We're gonna put the head gasket back on, and this is 38 thousandths compressed. So this is all right here. This thickness is essentially 38 thousandths. But we are gonna torque it down to specs. We have to. It might even flatten out a bit more, and we'll do the sequence. We'll get it down to, I think it's 75 foot-pounds on the long bolts and 65 foot-pounds on the smaller bolts, which run along the side here. We'll torque it down. We'll turn it one revolution, take it all back apart, and then we'll cut the clay and get the edge of it, and he'll measure it with his verniers, and we'll see what we have for a distance. So what I'm going to do is just put the head back on, and I don't need you guys to see me do that because this head has already come on and off. How many times? 3 times today? This will be the 4th time. So I shall return when we have the head back off, and we'll cut the clay and take a look at it all together. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we set the valve lash on this one cylinder. We torque to spec. We get the clay in there. I'm just going to turn this motor over a couple of revolutions. So here's my timing mark. We're going to do exhaust is opened up, coming back down. Intake's opened up, coming back down. Exhaust is opening up, down. Intake's opening up. This thing might be 180 off. No, I'm not. His valve's on top dead center. Alright, so that's it. I'm in it. Through a 4-stroke here. Alright, here we are. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take it all apart, take the head off again, and this is the cost of doing business when you don't know what's going on and you weren't told what was happening. So now we'll pull the head off, we'll see the clay there, we'll cut it, and he'll use his verniers and he'll come in and he'll measure it out. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Alright, we got it all taken apart, all unbolted. I'm going to pull off the head now. I'm going to try to heave this thing straight off its mounting here. And hopefully I won't smear anything. I don't know if you want to come in a little closer, Joe. So you can look right down into that cylinder. 1, 2, 7.
Oh, you dropped it. That didn't help. Well, that's no good. Thanks, folks. We'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah, alright.
Think.
Take 2. We had a problem. It wasn't a problem, it was just I had the head this way and I pulled it off and the clay slipped off the piston. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to lift this gently and hopefully the clay will stay into place. And I can't see.
It's on the head.
It's on my head.
Yeah, it's on the head. It's alright. It's alright. Slowly take it off. Turn the head. Alright. Yep. It's on the head. That's good.
Okay.
Bring it down here. Put it right on here. Just keep going. You're good. You'll be good.
Alright.
Alright. We'll take it out and cut it.
Okay. It looks like it doesn't look bad, dude. I don't want to mess with it too much.
Hold on. Let me put the camera down and
yeah, we'll cut it. We're just gonna
situated.
set it right in place and do it.
We're good. 110 thousandths. Actually, if I go here, I'm at 100.
Alright, so we got 100 thousandths clearance.
Yeah.
You can physically see it though. That's quite a bit. If I have a valve fault, then I'll have an issue, but I'm not going to be revving this thing up that much.
Let me check on this side here, just to make sure. Actually, I can't go in there, but I can come back in here. I just want to double check in another spot. Just want to double check. I want to make sure we're cutting it.
I'm kind of kneeling in oil, so.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
100, 110 is what it's.
We got 110 thousandths.
Measure that too.
I don't know, Joe.
No.
I don't think it's 110.
No, it's not. If I take this piece I just cut out here,
Yeah.
which I can measure comfortably,
Probably about 80 thousandths.
gives me 90.
Alright, because I'm looking, I was seeing 110. This is 38.
No,
and,
but that's
and
here. This gives me 90.
Yeah, because right over there is where you got it. It's really flat right here.
That gives me 90.
Yeah, but that over there is a different measurement.
Yeah, this is already squashed out. You want to get...
Well, measure the thinnest.
No, I'm measuring where I cut the with a triangle here.
Yeah, right at the point of the triangle where it's the thinnest and most
It's at
consistent.
90 thousandths.
So it's 90 thousandths. Alright.
We know this one's fine.
Okay.
That's at
About
90.
that razor fold in there.
Yeah, don't worry. We can get it out. There's no pan.
There's no oil pan. Alright. So it gives me room. That is the smallest dome I could get for this, so that's helping me out.
What's the spec though?
I'd have to check. And this is not a zero deck either, too. We're down a little bit. So that's helping me too. Alright guys, so that's that. You said 100,000. I was like, yeah, what do you get, 90?
Yeah, you're getting 90, but I thought it was 100. I don't know if it's 100 for the intake or the exhaust.
We'll have to see what they spec in the book. But alright. Alright, we're doing preliminary valve lash adjustment. The heads are all torqued down. We established we had 80 thousandths clearance between the piston and the valve. Plenty of room in there. So that's a thank you. So now what we're doing is set valve lash, and what they recommend to do is turn your motor over until your exhaust valve starts to go down, just where it's at the top of the lobe, and it actually starts to come up on the high part of the lobe. Stop there, you go over to your intake, and what you do is I already snugged this one up, but you take your push rod and you go up and down and side to side, and when you have no more movement there, you actually take the wrench, hold it as at 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. A lot of guys are going to do this differently, but I always done it this way. And you rotate it at 180 degrees, and then you lock it. So now we're going to do the exhaust one, the intake set. So what I'm going to do now is the intake valve is going to start to compress and come up. When that starts to come up, which is really set up now, you take this, and this is, I got a lot of movement here, see it? In the guide, so what you do is and you keep turning your rod until you have little or no movement, which is right there. That's nice and tight now. So then you take your wrench, and I know some guys say go one complete revolution, guys say 90, but I go 180. Why is it every time I go do a video my phone rings?
Because you're a busy
And then you lock it down, and that's it, and you just progress all the way around. I answer this phone, and that's how we do valve lash. Just clean this one off. Gotta clean the water pump off. Where the hell is it? The water pump. That's gotta be cleaned off. Alright, we are set. Intake's on, timing chain cover's on, heads are bolted down. Rocker arms are adjusted. The headers are just placed. I don't even know if they're gonna fit. I bought those at a swap meet for 25 bucks, wasn't it?
Yep.
25 bucks, so I hope they fit because I really like them. They set it off. It looks kind of Christmassy, green and red, so I gotta do something with this. That's in now, it's placed. I still have to do the oil pump. I gotta get an oil pump bolt. And apparently, can't get one anywhere. I tried AutoZone. I don't know if I'm just gonna use a grade 8 bolt. But they say there's a shoulder on it. It has to fit the pump according, so I don't know. So if anybody out there has a oil pump bolt for a big block, only kidding. Yeah, so that's it. We're done. It all went together pretty good. We had 90 thousandths clearance between the piston and the valve, which the book called for 80, so we're 10 thousandths over that. So like I say, I keep repeating myself, I did get a small dome. Smallest dome I could find for this. And when we mic'd that, we did, you guys saw it in the video. This is the end of the video. So, what's next now is a water pump. Got to get the harmonic balancer on. It's they recommend that you boil it in water to expand it to get it on. They don't want you banging it on. Voids the warranty. I got the flex plate to put on. Starter. Oil.
Back bolt. Cam belt.
Oh, the cat. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in. See what the cam is. Cam button. That's when the motor's gonna be. I'm gonna have to pick it up on a stand and whack it on. What else, Joe? Water pump, and then pulleys. I don't know what size pulleys are gonna work on this stuff.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm trying to get this friggin' bolt off. It's not, the cob's just placed. I just placed it, staged it, but I have to use these anyways. I can't use the aluminum valve covers that I got over there, the low profile ones. They hit. So I'm gonna hold this, Joe, while I try to use my right hand instead of my left like a douche. I got the gooseneck I gotta put in. I gotta get a brass plug for this, and I gotta try to spin this out and plug it off. But I don't know if that goes into the
Water pump?
it goes into the water pump. I have to see. I'm kind of not, the big block stuff is kind of. Alright. And that's the beauty of these. These all went in nice. Everything's fitting good. Everything's nice and adjusted. Locked down. Funny story about these locks. Somebody at Summit Racing probably cursing me, man, because I was too stupid. But yeah. So that's it. We're done with this build to this point. I hope I have no issues when this thing's starting to fire under its own power, and there might be some questioning. I don't know. I'm still nervous as a bastard.
A lot of money.
Lots of money. Lots of money to go ba-boom. But we did everything. We did everything to spec, man. So if something happens, then I don't know what to say. So this is Mark from the 2nd Gen Chicken Farm. That's the 2nd Gen. Go ahead, show it off. It's all dusty. Show it off. Check out Stroke Firebird Bowl. No, that's Dave. Dave's another poncho guy. Let's see, Cheetah 40. No, that's another Pontiac guy. Crazy Fish 3321. He shows you how he painted it. Check it out.
Best crayons on the market.
Best crayons on the market. Best crayons money can buy. All played out. Be well, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.